Welcome back to another live and amplified Indie Fusion podcast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are back at it again with another amazing podcast today. We have a very special guest. We have Marcy Grace. How's it going today?
Great, great. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited to talk to you. I ran into you at or got introduced to you during the pandemic, and then we had you on last year. Has it been almost a year at this
I
point?
think it has been. Yeah, gosh.
Because it was for the radio show. I remember that much, but
Okay,
so
yeah.
but yeah, excited to have you back on. How's everything been going?
It's been great. We've got new music, and we're playing some more places with the band, and it's been good this year.
Nice. I was looking at your tour schedule. I saw yours coming up this way in August,
Yeah.
and I was like, dang it, I'm going to be in Roswell, New Mexico because
Oh,
you're going to be in a College Station, and then I think Granbury's up around here somewhere. I'm not
yeah.
100% sure, but yeah, I saw that and I was like, dang it. I'm gonna be out of the state. So
We're just switching. Yeah.
yeah. But luckily San Antonio ain't that far away, and
Yeah.
I'll have to try and come down to catch a show.
Yeah. Yeah, for
So
sure.
awesome. Oh, so you'd mentioned that you got new music dropping. You just dropped a single Friday. Yep, that's
Yeah.
when the 26th was. What's the story behind this song?
Yeah, so the song's called Heavens to Betsy. And a lot of people, know that saying from maybe their grandparents saying it. It's an old saying.
Yep.
And maybe it makes me less country, but I didn't know about that saying until like a few years ago. And I think my dad said it. And I was like, oh, that's funny. Did you make it up? And he was like, no, that's a saying that that's been around forever. And I was like, oh, yeah, I had no idea. And then, we were taking a ride to our show in Austin, and we just started like making up words in the van, and it was kind of like a joke at first, and then I kind of let it sit for a while, took it to my co-writer Gary Kavanaugh in Nashville. And we were like, no, this could be a legit song. Like, let's talk about like who Betsy is. There had to have been a Betsy in the
Right.
beginning anyway, right? So that's just kind of how this song came about.
Nice. That's really I when I was listening when I saw the title of the song, it didn't quite trigger in my head, but then once I heard it said out loud, I was like, oh, my grandma used to say that all the time.
Yeah.
And I realized that it was kind of like a saying that when you want to curse, you say this instead.
Yes.
And that's kind of how my grandma used to be. She never really cursed or anything. So it was just kind
Yep.
of like that was her saying. And then I started connecting the dots and I was like, oh, that's so funny. So
Yeah.
um how long have you been sitting on this song?
We recorded it last year. I think everything was done in October. But we wanted to kind of wait a little bit, at least because holidays and everything,
Mm,
it's kind of hard to release, especially since it's my first release in a while.
mm.
I said like since I don't know, I don't remember when that
It
last
was
song,
probably the last time we
last
had you on the
summer.
podcast.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, yeah, so we kind of want to wait and have a summer release, and
Mm,
yeah, we've got a lot more on deck though too. So we've just been recording songs that we've just been needing to
nice.
record
Nice.
for a while. So we've got some more stuff too.
Nice. The one thing I did want to touch on because I really liked the cover art for this song.
Oh, thanks.
And I was just sitting there, I was like, man, you could do like a whole music video in that style because not a
Yeah,
lot of people are doing like the animated
yeah.
music videos. And it's like, it would take forever to do because
Mhm.
I mean, I've done a little bit of animation and just like the little bits that I've done take forever. And I could only imagine like a 3, 4 minute music video and be like, oh, kill me now,
A
some,
lot.
so, but,
Yeah.
um, was that kind of your idea, or do you work with somebody that kind of handles a lot of your cover art and your creative, like visual
Yeah.
elements?
Um, well, I'm gonna surprise you
Okay.
with how this art came about, but I kind of always had it in my head, like when we were writing the song, what Betsy kind of looks like, and
Mhm.
it's she's got to be wild. So I think a redhead kind of fits that
Yeah.
profile. So I knew it had to be kind of that character, but I didn't I didn't want me to be on the cover, right? I
Mm,
mean, this is about Betsy,
yeah,
and it had to be a picture of Betsy, right? And
yeah.
so I just thought, okay, I think animation is the way to go on this. And I actually created it with AI. It was not
I
done
had a
by an
feeling I kind of had a
artist.
feeling that's where that was going when you said
Yeah.
you were going to surprise me.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
that's really cool though. And so you used not ChatGPT, but some AI platform to help
Yeah.
you create it.
Yeah, yeah, I did. And I mean it's just crazy what technology, can do. And it came out, you know, perfectly how I wanted it to come out. So I was like, well,
Here we go.
I guess I'm gonna go with it. So,
Nice.
but yeah, I mean, it's just there's so much more, I guess, that is available to creators like me, and especially to independent artists is on the creative side with AI. Of course, I'm not using AI to write songs,
Yeah. Yeah.
but on on the design side, I feel like it's a big tool for us.
Oh yeah. It's definitely one of those things where it can definitely get to the point where it starts replacing like artists and stuff, and I see
Mm,
that. But the way I kind of utilize it is it gives me fresh ideas. Like I may not like it 100%, but it gives me like a jumping off point. Like if I'm
yeah,
stuck on an idea, like if I'm trying to make a video or something and I'm like, I just don't know where to start on this one, I'll throw it into an AI software, whether it's ChatGPT or something like that, and then it'll give me kind of a jumping off point, and but then I
right.
just kind of take it from there. So
Yeah, no, it's cool. I just started really messing around with it for my stuff, and I have to write a little paragraph about the song and how it is, and I used AI to help me kind of summarize that too a little bit because hey, it's fast and why not? It's still my ideas, but
yeah,
they just lay it out a little better than I can.
fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, so you this is your first song that you've released in a while or in about a year.
Yeah.
How's it kind of feel to get back out there releasing music?
It's great. It feels really great. Especially with this new music, we always talk about me with my live band. Um, we always say that we're a rock band disguised as a country band. So our sound's kind of, I don't want to say heavy, but it's definitely got a rock
Hmm,
vibe to it, live. And I really on this new music, I really wanted to make sure that that was represented in the songs. And it's a little bit it's got a little bit more of that feeling to it now. So it's great to get this new music out there and really feel like, oh yeah, this really feels like me at the moment, so
nice.
it's great.
Nice. I definitely have enjoyed listening to it. I had a slow weekend, so I was just kind of hanging around at the house, and I was like, okay, I've got a whole bunch of podcasts coming up, and Heaven to Betsy's just kind of kept coming on, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. I like
Yeah.
this. So, um,
Oh, thank you.
yeah. So, you'd mentioned that you have a whole bunch of or some more music in the pipeline. Are you building towards like a bigger project, or are you kind of staying singles? What's kind of the thought process right now?
Yeah, yeah. So we've got a couple more singles to release as well, but we have enough songs to do well, what Spotify considers an album.
Fair.
um, but um and it'd be kind of, I guess, a long EP. I don't even know what defines an album nowadays. Who
Yeah.
knows? But
Yeah.
no, we've definitely got more songs to create a good project here. So it's songs that as a band we've been playing live for a while. We just never
Okay.
got around to recording, and then I have some more new songs that nobody's heard yet either. So it's cool.
Nice. It'll be a nice little mix of both. So when they go and listen, it's like, oh, it's a song I never heard before. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. When did you kind of have that did you have like a light switch moment when you were like, okay, we've been playing these songs forever. Maybe it's time to record it?
Yeah, I don't know if it was so much a light switch moment. I think it's about what feels good with the band.
Mhm.
What do we feel like is going to be strong? So it's really mainly just kind of sitting down and narrowing down songs, which is
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. Fair.
Because you feel like all of them are your babies, really. But I mean, I know that some are better than others. I'm not a writer that is like every one of my songs is great. You know, there's songs that I write and I'm like, it's not good. I'm never gonna play that one. You know.
Right.
So yeah, so we just you sit down and listen, and I listen and my band listens and my mom listens. I credit my mom to having a golden ear.
Nice.
And she will be honest with me and tell me when she doesn't like a song, and she'll be honest with me if she really likes a song, then I know that okay, this song is there's something good with this song. And she's right on the money with it. And I always say that she's like the one that like pointed out when Alicia Keys first started coming out. I think she came out singing just her and her piano on TV or something.
Yeah.
My mom
Yeah.
said, just wait. She goes, that girl's gonna have Grammy after Grammy after Grammy, and like what? She's got like 17 Grammys now
Yeah.
or something like that. And yeah, so my mom's I like to include her in that too.
That sounds like somebody needs to pick your mom up as an
Yeah.
A&R agent or something,
Definitely. She would be good at
right?
it.
It's like, dang, like I mean, Alicia Keys was really good, but
Yeah.
just to call it that early, it's like, wow,
Mhm.
that's. But and it's also good to have that kind of in your corner where they're not gonna just like sugarcoat it to you, be like,
Right.
oh yeah, all your music's amazing. It's
Yeah.
like, no, that's you know
Yep.
not your best work, but it's not bad,
Yeah.
so those
There's
are good. Sorry.
there's some times when she's like, "Yeah, it's good." And when she said something like that, I'm like, "Oh, it's not good. It's not good. I
Now,
know."
now the real question is, can she kind of pinpoint out why she doesn't like it, or is she just very blunt about no, it's not good, or
Yeah, there are some times that she like picks out like she doesn't like a certain line or the way I sing something on
hmm,
it. Yeah, it's she's a tough critic,
okay.
but I'm thankful for
Yeah,
that.
for sure, for sure. And so obviously you're kind of in this releasing process. Are you also starting to write more now, or do you find yourself so focused on this like the upcoming releases?
Yeah. Well, I'm always writing, whether I'm finishing songs or they're halfway done
Okay.
or something. So there's always something flowing with me. Right now we're pretty concentrated on this, but we're slowly adding some new songs to
Nice.
the set that I've been writing. And I don't want to say that I've been in a slump of a writing because I do try to get something down,
Hmm.
whether it's good or not. I try to get something down, but I don't know. I've kind of been writing some songs that are a little bit I don't want to say outside the genre, but a little bit towards another genre. I don't want to give it away yet,
Yeah.
um but no, it's been kind of fun experimenting with that a little bit.
Nice. I love it love it that you're willing to be fluid with your
Yeah,
influences.
yeah,
You know, it's like you obviously have or like you're have like your roots in country music and whatnot, but then you kind of lean a little rock, and then you could also go this way or that way. And it's so cool when musicians kind of take those chances to like, oh, I'm kind of feeling this right now. Let's see what this one does. So
yeah,
uh,
yeah. Well, like some of my favorite artists, well, my all-time favorite, Linda Ronstadt,
mhm.
she did just about everything, every genre out there, right? And she's the only artist to have a number one on the R&B chart and the country chart at the same time. So
Nice.
it's like, if that doesn't tell you, about her, but it's her, artists like her and artists like Sheryl Crow that, they can lean one way or another. And, I've always felt like my music doesn't really fit into one category,
Yeah.
maybe, which I'm okay with, and I just want to, make music that I feel at the moment, and if it leans a little bit more Spanish or rock or blues, then that's okay with me. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Who have you been listening to recently as like who have you been pulling influences from?
Man, I well, one that I've listened to as a kid, but that I've gotten recently back into is Santana.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I've been listening to him a lot lately, but even like, Terry Clark and
Mm,
some of those country influences, and I'm just kind of pulling for a little bit from
mm,
everything at the moment. But
nice,
yeah, I think those are the two that I've been listening to the most lately.
nice. About every summer, about this time every year, I go through, I don't want to say a Santana kick,
Mm,
but just like when it's really nice outside and you roll the windows down and that Santana comes on,
yes.
it doesn't get better than that.
Yes.
The only way it could possibly get better is if I was stupid enough to drink and drive. But that a cold beer listening to Santana on a warm afternoon is
Yes.
about as good as it can get. So
For sure. Yeah. He's still doing it. I mean, still
yeah,
touring everywhere. It's really awesome.
yeah, it is. He's absolutely amazing. Um, so looking kind of forward, how I know you got a whole bunch of shows coming up, but how often are you kind of playing, or like what's comfortable for you right now as far as like consistency wise?
Yeah, we're playing pretty much every weekend. I think we have a off weekend at the end of August. But we're staying booked up pretty good, and they just keep rolling in. So,
Yes.
I'll take them as much as I can. I'm happy with playing as much as I can. Especially right now. I think,
Yeah,
the pandemic, everything was just so,
yeah,
closed.
yeah,
And now it's just everything is just such on a high right now
yeah,
with shows, which is great. I'm glad to get back into it. Before the pandemic, I think we're playing 90 shows a year or something like that. And then it hit, and it kind of, you know, jolted that a little bit. So now I just feel like we're right back into the groove of things
right.
now. And so yeah, no, we're playing quite a bit. So I enjoy it.
Nice. And plus, right now, well, maybe not July, August, but you're getting ready to enter in like that second part of festival season where
Yeah.
it's like in Texas, like September, October is like that right time to be out at like the festivals or county fairs or
Oh yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
So
Definitely. Definitely.
it's
That's a good time in Texas.
oh yeah. You don't have to worry about the rain as much, you can just kind of go out and have a good time. So,
Yes, yes, absolutely.
but then again, this year, who knows?
Yeah,
Everything's been so different this year.
it has been. I mean, San Antonio has just gotten so much rain the last like week and a
Yeah.
half. So it's just like so random, right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Guadalupe is like. Well, I remember watching. So I went out to a festival last year, and the Guadalupe River. Well, we were down in New Braunfels, um, and the river wasn't that bad because we were right up against the dam, so the water
Right.
hadn't like gotten that bad. But I went up a little bit of ways, and I could walk. I could literally walk across the riverbed, and it was like,
Yeah.
wow, that's crazy. And now this
Yeah.
year, it's like flooding.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. So outside of music, what have you been getting into recently?
Yeah, is there anything outside of music? No, no.
That's a valid
It
question.
it consumes a lot of my life, well, when I'm not playing or writing or practicing, sports is my escape. So right now I'm definitely watching like the Olympics on my
Yeah,
time off, and football season is around the corner. I can finally get rid of these football withdrawals.
yeah, yep.
So yeah.
I was so I'm a Chicago Bears fan. That
Okay, yeah.
born and raised in Chicago, so like I mean, there's really no other choice there. And I was really excited to catch the first game. They're playing the Hall of Fame game on Thursday.
Oh
And I was
yeah.
like, sweet. And then I realized I had to work that night. And I'm like,
Oh.
oh, dang it. I'm going to miss their first game. And then they announced this morning that none of the starters are playing. So I'm like, okay, I don't really care then. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch second stringers play. So,
Yeah, yeah. I,
but
I wonder when Caleb Williams is going to debut. I just
I would imagine it'll probably be that first, the next set of game or
next set.
next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. Who's your team?
Well, it's a love-hate relationship, but it is the Dallas Cowboys.
Fair, fair. I I was at work today, and so I work for a TV station, and
Okay.
one of our news producers came to me. He was like, "Hey, we're like in football training camp. Can you make me a graphic for Dallas Cowboys training camp? Like when we go into stories and whatnot, we need like an animation." I was like, really? We're like right in the middle between Houston and Dallas, and we're going to go with Dallas over Houston, or at least not
Yeah.
do both. He's like, well, you got to realize we're like 3 hours outside of Houston. Anything an hour outside of Houston, everything else is Dallas country or Cowboys country. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess that is true. Like, I knew more Cowboys fans in Chicago than I did actual Bears fans. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, okay, I get it. Fair enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
They're still America's team.
yes,
Despite the what is it now, 29-year drought or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting there, like 2024 could have been a really good, or 2023, 2024 could have been a really good year for Dallas sports clubs because you had like Texas won the World Series, and
Yeah.
then the Mavs were they go to the finals or they just make
Yeah.
it really deep in the playoffs. I don't.
No, they went to the finals. They went
They
to the
went to
finals.
the finals, and then you had the Stars went really deep into the playoffs,
Yes.
and then you had Dallas actually making the playoffs. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I told my buddy, one of the guys I share an office with, he's like a big Dallas sports fan. I was like, you realize how close y'all came to having Dallas win every major sporting championship within a year of each other?
That
And
would have
he's
been crazy.
Oh, Texas would have like I don't ever think Texas would ever secede from the union. Had that happened, I think that probably would have happened. So
Oh my gosh.
it's like, nope, Texas, we're going to be our own state. We
Yeah,
just won all the championships. We're good. So
we're good.
we're good. So
That's funny. That's
yeah,
funny. Yeah, no,
nice.
I always look forward to football season. I think, my sports are football, basketball, and boxing. So,
Yes.
like this time of year, football is just, I don't know, college
Yeah.
and NFL. I'll watch it every day if I can. So,
Nice. Fair enough. I tried to get in college, but I just can't do it. It's like
really. Mm.
it's I when I was in school, I'd go to like the games that we had. I went to SIU, so we had a
Oh yeah.
Division two school, and so I'd go to the games just because it was an excuse to get out and drink and all that fun stuff. And then after I graduated, I tried to get back or tried to continue to watch it, and I was just like, I don't really care. Like, give me, I want to watch the NFL. Give me the NFL, and I'm good. So
Yeah, yeah. Now, I think college has gotten even more exciting lately. I guess,
yeah,
now this year they're starting that 12-team playoff as well
yeah,
too. So that'll be interesting to see. But, I'm always like I went to school at University of Incarnate Word in San Antonio. So we're a
yeah,
small Catholic school, but we're Division 1, but we're in the FCS, not the FBS. So
yeah, yeah,
but I root for all the Texas teams, I'll root for the Longhorns, and I'll root for UTSA and San
yeah,
Antonio and Baylor and all them.
yeah.
But
Well,
I think that's what kind of maybe makes it exciting for me, is just rooting for all the Texas teams.
fair, fair. It's one of those things where it's like because of I live in Waco, obviously like Baylor's like the big team, but there's so many A&M fans and we work with so many A&M fans, and it's just
Yeah.
like they're like, "Oh, you got to be an Aggie." No, you got to be a Baylor Bear. And it's like I don't have to be any of this.
Yeah.
I'll go back to like cuz when I do watch football, I tend to watch FSU. Like that's where I
Yeah.
root that's what I'll root for. It's like I'll go back to Tallahassee and watch FSU play. That's what I care about. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
for sure.
awesome. So I don't want to keep you too much longer here. Do you have any upcoming shows over the next couple of weeks, or what's your schedule look like?
Yeah, yeah. So, Thursday, August 8th, we're in my hometown, San Antonio, at Sam's Burger Joint Music Hall, which we love that venue.
Yes.
It's a really, really nice, more intimate setting. I know everybody says like Sam's Burger Joint, isn't it just a burger place? But it's totally not that. They have a great music
Yeah.
hall over there. And then we're in Round Rock, August 10th. August 16th and 17th, we are at SeaWorld for a barbecue festival
Oh, nice.
couple days. So that'll be pretty cool. And then, like you said, we'll be up in College Station and Granbury
Yep.
after that. So August is a pretty full month for us.
Nice. I might have to try and make the Round Rock trip because I don't think Round Rock's that far from us.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I think Round Rock's maybe like an hour, hour and a half. So
Oh wow, okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I was
That'd
sitting
be
there. I was
cool.
like, Round Rock. Yes, that's between us and Austin. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'll have
yeah.
to try and swing that one. So
That'd be sweet.
awesome. But I